Volumes have been written about great handguns, and it's truly hard to whittle the long list of pistol designs dating back well over a century to just 10. Turns out that Americans want firearms that are reliable and effective, and it doesn't seem to hurt if the handgun they carry has a little bit of style as well. Still, it's tough to grade some gun designs against each other, and assign a value to the great guns of the past. The guns that made the cut all share a few traits in common, however: longevity, popularity, service, and an impact on the firearm industry. Here's our list of the greatest handgun designs currently available today. Walther PPK. Carl Walther developed the PPK, or Police Pistol Detective model, for release in 1930, and that gun has paved the way for a number of other pistol designs that followed. The PPK was small and trim, light enough to be carried concealed by detectives working undercover. It became a standard bearer for semi-auto carry guns for decades to follow. It was also the first commercially successful double-action, single-action pistol on the market, a mechanical design that has been used by a multitude of service and self-defense weapons since. Light and compact, the PPK utilizes a fixed barrel blowback action. Because the barrel remains fixed, the PPK is surprisingly accurate for such an easy-to-carry gun. The PPK was the inspiration for several other guns, like the Russian Makarov, and everyone's favorite fictional MI6 agent, James Bond, carried one as a sidearm. 90 years after its inception, the PPK remains a popular carry gun, and they're now made in Walther's Fort Smith, Arkansas facility. Colt 1911. No surprise here. John Moses Browning designed a lot of groundbreaking guns, but none have stood up as well as the Colt 1911 single-action semi-auto. This pistol has served as the American sidearm in 2 world wars and in countless other conflicts, and it remains a favorite design of competition shooters and some law enforcement and military units, which is impressive for a pistol celebrating its 110th birthday next year. Countless companies offer their own 1911 pistols, including Springfield, Sig Sauer, Kimber, Rock Island, and more. And premium builders like Ed Brown, Nighthawk, and Bill Wilson churn out high-end 1911s that are worth every penny. Smith & Wesson Model 29. We often associate the .44 Magnum Model 29 Smith & Wesson with Dirty Harry Callahan. But the real driving force behind this gun was Elmer Keith. In the 1950s, Keith, a gun writer and big bore enthusiast, was uploading the .44 Special to high pressures, and he wanted a gun that would handle that kind of energy. He got his wish when Smith & Wesson produced their N-frame revolver in 1955 in the powerful new .44 Remington Magnum. The 29 rose in popularity after Clint Eastwood uttered those famous lines about it being the most powerful handgun in the world in 1971. But the Model 29's enduring legacy is that it made big-bore Magnum revolvers available to the public. The M29 and its various N-frame variants remain in Smith & Wesson's lineup and will for the foreseeable future. Taurus Judge. At just 14 years old, the Taurus Judge is the youngest firearm on this list, but there's no denying this .410 45 Colt revolver has left an indelible mark on the firearms marketplace. The concept of a revolver that fired shot shells appeals to many shooters. With half-ounce .410 loads, the Judge would make an ideal weapon for hunting small game at close range, or dispatching snakes and other vermin. A perfect trail gun. It was also lauded as the ideal personal defense weapon since it fired both .410 shot shells and powerful .45 Colt defensive ammo. Now, more than a decade since its launch, it remains one of the most popular home defense trail revolvers on the market, and there doesn't seem to be any signs the general public is losing interest in the design. Despite its prodigious power, the full-size Judge is quite manageable to shoot. CZ-75. The CZ-75 was released in 1975, and credit for the gun's design goes to brothers Joseph and František Kauki. Because of export restrictions in what was then Czechoslovakia, CZ-75 clone pistols were built in other countries, and that allowed the guns to be shipped around the world. The Kauki-designed pistol utilizes a short recoil, lock-breech design, similar to the venerable Browning High Power, which fails to make the list only because major production was discontinued, and a slide that rides along internal rails. With their double-stack, 15-round magazines, the CZ-75 helped usher in the era of the Wonder 9, and the design has been copied by a host of other manufacturers, including Tanfoglio, IMI, Norinco, Springfield, and others. The CZ-75 remains the company's flagship, and thankfully, these guns are now widely available in the US. CZ USA currently offers 15 different CZ-75 variants for duty, competition and recreational shooting, and self-defense. Glock 17. Austrian curtain rod manufacturer Gaston Glock used his experience with polymers to create a completely new pistol design in 1982, the G17. Since then, Glock's semi-auto striker-fired handgun has enjoyed a tidal wave of popularity and has created a whole new polymer frame striker-fired pistol market. No longer regarded as plastic guns, Glock pistols are the sidearm of choice for most American law enforcement agencies. Over the years, the Glock family has grown to include a range of different single and double-stack models in a variety of calibers. But the original design concept remains largely unchanged. The use of polymers made these guns lighter and less expensive to manufacture than steel frame guns, and Glock pistols are robust and accurate. Beretta 92. Beretta is the oldest manufacturing business in the world, and they've been making guns for over 500 years. It's no surprise then that one of the company's guns earns a spot on this list, the Beretta 92. The Beretta 92 debuted in 1975 and borrowed elements from earlier models like the M1923 and M1951. The original 92s feature a frame-mounted thumb safety, and the 92s offered a slide-mounted decocker safety. In a move that some have considered heresy, the U.S. military dropped the M1911 for the military version of the Beretta's 92 in the 1980s. But the 92 proved to be battle-worthy and became a favorite sidearm of the elite community as well. Today, Beretta still sells these robust, reliable pistols, as does Taurus. If you're a serious Beretta 92 fan, then Wilson Combat's hot-rodded 92G Brigadier Tactical Model is not to be missed. Smith & Wesson JFrame. The JFrame traces its lineage back to the Smith & Wesson's hand ejector models of the 1890s. In 1949, the team at Smith & Wesson, led by Carl Hellstrom, decided to modernize the existing I-frame pistols by making them smaller and updating some mechanical features. The first gun in the J-frame family, the Chief Special, featured a 2-inch barrel and was designed to be carried by detectives who needed a lightweight, concealable weapon that offered enough stopping power to neutralize a violent attacker. The J-frame has continued to set the standard for deep concealment undercover weapons, and they have also gained a huge following with concealed carry permit holders because of their compact design and unfailing reliability. Smith & Wesson's modern J-frame lineup includes 60 J-frame models, including scandium alloy frames that weigh less than 3/4 of a pound.